Good morning to all. Today I am going to start a new chapter in green chemistry, that is supramolecular chemistry. Okay? Supramolecular chemistry. Okay? So actually, let's see what is supramolecular chemistry here. Molecular chemistry, first we have to know about the molecular chemistry. Molecular chemistry is classified into two types, which are molecular chemistry is classified into two types. Okay, so it is so here simple molecular chemistry, simple molecular chemistry. Other one is supramolecular chemistry. Second one is the supramolecular chemistry. Okay. Supramolecular chemistry. So means here we can simply tells about the molecular chemistry. Okay, molecular chemistry. Okay. So in this actually, so what is here? Covalent interactions are present. Covalent are interactions or bonding will be present, okay, between the atoms or molecules. Okay, here covalent interactions or bonding are present. But what about here? Here just non-covalent interactions are present. Okay, non-covalent interactions are present. Okay, non-covalent interactions are present. Okay, so in this one, next one, here primary interactions are present. Primary interactions. Here this is the secondary interactions are present. Secondary interactions are present. Okay, secondary interactions are present. Here if you see here, covalent bond is what here? It is said to be strong bond. Okay, strong bond is present in this one. So that's why here bonding is stronger. In this one, bonding is stronger in the it's in molecular chemistry. Okay, bonding is stronger. Okay, and what about here? Weaker interactions. These are weaker interactions. So weaker bonding here. Weaker interactions. So that's why it is having weaker bonding. Weaker bonding is present. Weaker bonding is present in the supramolecular chemistry, whereas in this simple means molecular chemistry, there is a strong bonding is present. Okay, bonding is stronger in the case of molecular chemistry. But if you see this supramolecular chemistry, there is a weaker bonding is present because of the presence of non-covalent interactions. Okay, so in this non-covalent interactions are present. So it's non-covalent means what here? These are somewhat weaker interactions. So that's why here weaker bonding is present in the case of supramolecular chemistry, whereas in this molecular chemistry, so bonding is stronger. Stronger bonding is present. Okay. So here, if you see here, actually we are having primary interaction. Primary interactions are nothing but here only one type interactions are there, that is nothing but covalent interactions. Covalent interactions. Okay. If you take a primary interactions are nothing but it is only one type, that is a covalent interactions. Primary interactions is nothing but covalent interactions, which are stronger interactions. Okay, if you take a secondary interaction, so which type of interactions are there? Which type of bonding is there? Let's see what are the secondary interactions. Okay. Let's see the secondary interactions. Okay, so here secondary interactions are present in organic molecules. They are 9 types. 9 types of secondary interactions are there. Okay, 9 types of secondary interactions are there. Actually there are totally 10 type of interactions are there. Out of the 10, so one primary means here total interactions are of 10 types. Interactions are of 10 types, totally 10 types. In that this is classified into primary and secondary. Okay, so in this primary means covalent interaction, only one type. Okay, remaining one covalent, remaining 9 are secondary interactions. This means here secondary type means here there are totally 9 types of interactions are there. Okay, so here one type interactions are there, covalent bonding, which is have this type of molecules in the molecular chemistry. Okay, in the molecular chemistry we are having this one. Okay, so next one, here we have to nine types of interactions are having molecule is known as non-covalent interactions. Here what is the interactions? This is nothing but secondary interactions. In this one non-covalent interactions are there. Non-covalent interactions are present. Okay, non-covalent interactions are there. Okay, here covalent bond present in molecules having, how much is the energy? If it is having covalent bond, okay, covalent bond is having energy is greater than 800 joule per mole. Okay, so in the case of energy, non-covalent it is possess higher energy, actually generally lower. Okay, non-covalent interactions are generally lower, and these are having non-polar nature. Okay, so this is about this one. Okay, so here supramolecular chemistry is the study of involving, so what it means, it is study of aggregates of molecules. Okay, all the molecules are combined and form the aggregates. Okay, so here system involving the aggregates of molecules, aggregates of molecules, ions held by non-covalent interactions. What is supramolecular chemistry here? In supramolecular chemistry, so this is the aggregates of molecules and ions held by non-covalent interactions. In means here, if it is a covalent, covalent interactions are present, then it is called as molecular chemistry. If non-covalent interactions are present, so then it is called as supramolecular chemistry. That is the difference between the molecular chemistry and supramolecular chemistry. Okay, so in molecular chemistry only covalent interactions are there, but in supramolecular chemistry, which type of interactions are present in this supramolecular chemistry? Non-covalent interactions, and these non-covalent interactions are classified into 9 types. 9 types of non-covalent interactions are there. And what about this here? Non-covalent interactions are there, and if you see here, this is a supramolecular chemistry is called as supramolecular chemistry is known as actually such interactions. Here we can call it as electrostatic interactions. Okay, here electrostatic interactions are there, pi bonding interactions are there. So non-covalent means what? Electrostatic interactions, pi bonding interactions, as well as hydrogen bonding interactions. Okay, and hydrogen bonding interactions will be present. Hydrogen bonding interactions will be present in this one. Okay, so here supramolecular chemistry is called as host-guest chemistry. What it is called? Host guest, host, guest chemistry, not ghost, guest, host, guest. Okay, this is called as host guest chemistry or self assembly, which is called as host guest chemistry or self assembly. Self assembly. Okay, self assembly. So self assembly is nothing but is the molecular recognition, and it depends upon the size and shape. Depends on the size and shape of molecules. Okay, shape of molecules. First, it was introduced by Jean Marich. Jean Marich is the father of supramolecular chemistry. He is the father of supramolecular chemistry. Supramolecular chemistry. Okay, what it is called? So here Jean Marich, which is said to be father of supramolecular chemistry. Okay, so he has been proposed this one, post guest chemistry. Here non-covalent interactions are there, and these supramolecular chemistry are macromolecules. These are not the simple molecules. These are macromolecules. These are macromolecules. Okay, so here let's see the post guest chemistry. Okay, post guest chemistry. Let's see. Let's see the host guest chemistry. Host guest chemistry. This is guest. Host guest chemistry. Okay. So in this, here study of large molecules that are capable of large molecules. Actually, I have explained you. This is a macromolecular chemistry. Okay, means here macro means big, larger. Okay, so study of large molecules that are capable, small molecules capable. Means large molecule, we said it is a host. It is called as host, and it is when it binds, capable to bind the small molecule which is called as guest. Via how these two are means bind with each other, this large molecule and small molecule, with via non-covalent interactions. Okay, non-covalent interactions. Here, which type of interactions are there? First, what is the host guest chemistry is nothing but we have to call it as large molecule. If you take the large molecule which is called as host, okay, so that are capable to bind with this molecule, small molecule which is called as guest. How these two are means bind with each other by the non-covalent interactions. Let's see what is self-assembly. Okay, self-assembly. This here the spontaneous and reversible association spontaneous and reversible association of two or more molecules, which are nothing but large molecules. Okay, molecules to form larger compound, okay, compound via non-covalent reactions. How it will be formed? through the non-covalent interactions. Through the non-covalent interactions. Okay? Non-covalent interactions. If you see here, self-assembly, so means here the spontaneous and reversible association will take place. Here large more molecules means here two or more means more number of molecules gathering is there and form a large compound. So how these molecules are associated with each other via these non-covalent interactions. Okay, non-covalent interactions. Okay, so this is the self-assembly, means it's if you say take the molecules, these are combined and form this one. Okay, so next one is binding site. Binding site. Binding site. So binding site is nothing but here it is a region of molecule which is having a cavity. Okay, if you see here, this is the actually I am writing here. If you see here two types of binding interactions are the sites are. This is the one of the binding site which is having different shapes. Here it is having V shape, here it is having tub shape. Okay, so if you clearly observe, this is not similar with this one. Okay, so this is another binding site and this is another type binding site. Other type binding site. Binding site. We can call it as site or cavity. Okay, binding cavity or binding site. Okay, so region of molecule, host molecule, that is necessary. It has size, means size, it plays important role, size, geometry and functionality. Okay, functionality to accept and bind the second molecule again through the via non-covalent interactions. If you take any molecule, so here in supramolecular chemistry there is a non-covalent interactions are present. Okay, so this is the binding site. Okay, so how this will be there? Complementary nature of host and guest means if you take both host and guest which is having the same binding site, then it is possible to bind with each other. Okay, Okay, so means electronically here host and guest. So both host and guest will have complementary nature. Complementary nature means same type of shape and electronically complementary binding site. Complementary binding site. So these must be present. Okay, because then only interaction will be present between the host and guest. Because if these both host and guest which is having the same shape, so then only the interaction will be possible, otherwise it cannot possible. And these are connected through the means bind with the non-covalent interactions. Okay, so let's see how the cooperative chelation nature will be present between the host and guest molecule. Okay. Okay, so here cooperative cooperative or chelation nature. Chelation nature. How it will be present between the molecule. Okay. Cooperative is independent nature. Cooperative is a independent nature. It cannot depend on any other factor. It is independent nature. Okay. So the orientation or size, orientation or size is mutually changed. Is mutually changed. Is mutually changed. Okay. Is mutually changed. Okay. So if you take calcium, okay, it's bind to this EDTA, ethylene diamine tetrastic acid EDTA. So calcium will bind with this one. Okay. So hexadentate ligand. This is the hexadentate ligand. Okay. If it binds with the ammonia, this is monounidentate ligand. Monounidentate ligand. Unidentate ligand. Okay. If you see here, so here EDTA hexadentate ligand, but if you take the ammonia, it is a monodentate ligand. Mono or unidentate. We can call it as mono. Mono means one only. Okay, it cannot only one lone pair, but if you take this one EDTA, it can donate the 6 pairs of electrons. Okay, 6 pairs of electrons. Suppose if you copper 2 plus, if you take copper 2 plus NH3, okay, so here it forms this complex. Okay, so what is the coordination number here? 6. What is the coordination number? Coordination number. CO means coordination number is 6 in for this one. Okay. Next, if you take the so this is the if it is possible, if it is again bind with this EDTA and form Cu EDTA. Okay, minus 2. Okay. Here also it is 6, but when compared to here this one, it is a stable one. EDTA is a stable one. Okay. So which one is stable here? Because of this is a chelation nature. Because of the EDTA has a chelation nature, so that's why it is said to be more stable than this ammonia. Okay. Hexamino copper. So this EDTA binds stronger than this ammonia. Okay. So that's why this is a less stable one. Less stable. Okay. And what about here? This is the more stable. Okay, stable one. Stable because of 5 chelates will be there. 5 chelates. Here no chelates. In this one no chelates. Ammonia because it is not a chelate, so it cannot form the chelate molecule. Okay, chelate molecule. Okay, chelate provides the extra stability. What it will do? Chelate provides extra stability. It provides extra stability. Chelate provides extra stability of complex to complex. What it will do? It provides the extra stability to the complex. Okay, extra stability to the complex. Okay, so next one, let's see this one. Here reorganization will be there. Reorganization, macrocyclic effect. Reorganization, macrocyclic effect. Macrocyclic effect. Bonding constant. Bonding constant will be more. Okay, in this one. Okay, in this chelates. Okay, so let's see how it forms post guest molecules. Okay. if you take host, self repetition is there, self repetition, okay, self repetition will be there to form a building, and here it forms larger molecule, and this larger molecule will becomes the macromolecule, macrocyclic. Here this is unfavorable electronic conformationally, no, okay, no binding means to guest. If it is not binding to any guest, so what will be there? It will be unfavorable electronic conformation. Okay, so let's see the binding constant of host guest molecule, binding constant. Okay, if you say H plus G, so this is an irreversible reaction, HG. If you write the binding constant for this one, Hg, concentration of this one, and H, we have to take this one, okay, reactants. So delta Z is equal to minus RT ln K. Okay, here H for host, G for guest. Okay, G for guest. So this is about the introduction of this supramolecular chemistry. In next class, I will discuss about the how many types of interactions are present in this form. Okay. So if you take a supramolecular chemistry, so it is a different because here if you take a molecular chemistry, there is a covalent interactions are there. If you take supramolecular chemistry, which type of interactions are present in this? So non-covalent interactions are present. Okay. So here it is also called as host guest chemistry, because here a large molecule will bind with the small molecule, which is called as guest, via non-covalent interactions are there. And there is a binding site is there, so which is the host and guest, which is having the same type of binding sites, then only it is possible to form the macrocyclic molecule, which is a large molecule. Actually it forms a big molecule, larger molecule, and it is converted into macrocyclic, which is called as macrocyclic. So in this, if it is hosted, means guest will bind with this one, then it is to be so which type of interaction present between the host and guest, means here again it is having non-covalent interactions are present between the host and guest chemistry. Okay, so in this one here we'll have like this. So host will be there. So this is the binding constant, and we have seen the other one. Okay, here the binding site will be there, cooperative chelation will be there. If it is having more chelation, so if it is more chelated, then it is said to be more stable one. If it is not having a chelation property, it is said to be the less stable complex. For example, if you take EDTA and ammonia is not a chelate molecule, it is a simple ligand. But if you take EDTA is a big molecule which is act as a chelate. Okay, so chelation possible if it metal binds with the EDTA and form the chelation is possible. But if you take the ammonia is a simple ligand, so it cannot form the chelate complex. So that's why this, if it is having ammonia molecules, it is said to be least stable when compared to chelate molecule. Okay, ammonia is a stronger ligand that leave that. But if you compare with this chelate and simple ligand, so we have to set to that chelate is a more stable one. Okay, so in next class I will discuss about the types of interactions. Okay, thank you.